How's it going there, everybody? It's Mr. Zen over here bringing us a brand new Gabriel Dropout episode discussion. And for today's segment, guys, we're going to be talking about it's episode 3. And in this episode, folks, oh my freaking gosh, I was in love with this episode. Gabriel Dropout, I swear, is one of these series that is just those low-cut budget animes where it's a hit. The way that the dialogue is spoken, the way the characters are just interacting with each other, the way that the pacing is going at it with these 4 main characters, I'm just loving that the way that it's actually going about. And honestly, all these little girls themselves, they're just to die for when you're just watching them every single time with their old shenanigans, their antics that they try to pit against each other. You know, you're laughing it off. And certainly I'm in love with this anime. Gabriel Dropout is so hilarious, because I also work at a coffee shop that actually I felt this episode was embodying what I feel like when I work as a barista at a couple times, which I thought was freaking hilarious. Oh man, because this episode was literally about coffee, folks. Coffee was the centralized point. It's because we are actually taken to actually seeing Gabriel actually work in a part-time job at this place called the Coffee Angel, where they have this, you could say, like a bartender of some sorts, or you could say like the owner of the Coffee Angel, as he actually has like a small coffee shop where he just brings people in, and they all love his coffee because of the fact that he has this coffee that's made from like 5 different places, you know, and this coffee is so extravagant, so delicious because he brings 5 different flavors into one. But then when Gabriel comes in, she destroys the atmosphere, because the atmosphere that the bartender actually creates in his own coffee shop is very unique, as he actually has this very relaxed, this place where people can come and just, you know, enjoy their coffee. But no, Gabriel comes in and destroys that atmosphere, and by destroying, I mean she's just destroying the pacing that's involved inside the anime itself, because of the fact that when you see Gabriel, she's actually working as a bartender, right? And when she sees a customer, she's just going at nonchalantly. She's taking their orders, but she does not care what they're actually ordering themselves. That you're laughing at it, because you wonder like, wow, you know, you would expect more out of Gabriel, but at the same time, you guys gotta remember, she's very lazy too. So that actually goes along with her actual persona that she's trying to portray it. And I'm loving the way that Gabriel was going through it, because, you know, of course, if any of you guys actually ever become baristas, after a while you guys start to become and wonder like, oh, you know, like this is how I literally feel every time you guys are with a guest or a customer, because it doesn't really matter. After a while, coffee is coffee at the end of the day, and that's what Gabriel was trying to say, that coffee is just coffee. You got the bartender was making the coffee seem so extravagant, so delicious, but at the same time it's just coffee. You know, she was bringing the coffee to a level where it didn't feel as glorious as how the bartender was actually explaining it. And then we actually get to see Satanica in the episode itself, which I thought she stole the show once again. I'm loving that character. That's my waifu for this episode, and anime. She's my waifu because she's just so hilarious as to how she handles the situations, because she's actually the comic relief character out of everybody, out of all the main characters. I believe April, Raphael, Gabriel, out of all the 3 of them, and all 4 of them, you could say that Satanica is actually the one that actually makes everybody laugh the most, because in this episode, she goes to the coffee shop and is talking to, I believe, Gabriel, and says, oh, I didn't know you worked here, and out of nowhere, you see Gabriel just give one sucker punch to freaking Satanica, and Satanica's just laughing it off, because of course, you know, she knows that that freaking Gabriel has to take her order, and you're just laughing it off, because Gabriel, throughout the whole entire time, she's not even trying to give the coffee that she ordered, because Satanica just orders, I believe it was a regular house blend, which is basically just dark roast coffee. And she, of course, you see Gabriel, oh, can I just pour the coffee on you? Oh, can I just pour this the milk or the sugar over your head? And of course, Satanica is saying, no, you know, I want my coffee now. Can you pour it over me? And of course, you literally see Gabriel just in a frustrated moment, like saying, like, I have to be your servant. And that's why she actually punched Satanica before she came in, because she let out all her frustration that she has to serve Satanica. And that, myself, I thought was freaking hilarious. Now we're moving on to the other characters, because Satanica, like I said, she did have a lot of good laughs, but I feel like she wasn't necessarily as important, because there's actually more development involved with the other side characters, and that is April and Raphael. These 2 characters, they actually had like you can say a lunch date in this episode, because I believe April wanted to learn more about Raphael. She wanted to learn as to how are these two people, these two angels, Gabriel and Raphael, how are they the top dogs of I believe the Angel Academy, when one of them is the most laziest and one of them has the most, you could say, a stalker-ash, you could say, personality. And of course, April's like, okay, let me just try to figure out what's going on inside that little brain of hers. So of course they're having this lunch date. Of course, they order some bread, and I'm loving the fact in that scene that the dialogue between these two characters just automatically just speeds up, like the tension between these two characters, because you could tell that Raphael does not like to be bored. She's always wanting to do something very extravagant, because it actually showcased in the dialogue between April that she was telling her, like, for my hobbies, what I like to do is watch Japanese shows and put the Japanese subtitles to see how they're actually, like, dubbing, you could say. Like, she's watching like a Japanese cartoon and they want to see how they actually dub it. And I thought to myself, that actually is interesting. It's like saying, like, we want to see how foreigners actually are looking at our own TV shows. Like, that's the way that Raphael was kind of implying. And it's funny because April looks at Raphael saying that, that's a very weird thing to do, when in reality April is just as quirky as her, but in her own way, because April herself is actually like a little girl. Like, even though she's a demon herself and she has like all these vast powers, she's afraid of watching a horror film, which it kind of implies, like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Like I said, it's so hilarious how they're actually implementing with the characters themselves, the tropes that are involved with it. It's just that hilarious. But I did love how the episode was ended, because the episode ended with, I believe, was Gabrielle looking for a new heater involved, and then of course Satanica comes in. Of course, she's like, I could tell Satanica just loves messing with Gabriel. And Gabriel just like, she's just looking at it like, oh, you don't mess with me. I'm not in a perfect mood, because of the fact that when it's really hot and you say Gabriel's heater wasn't working, she was just in a pissed off mood. Honestly, it was just hilarious. But like, I believe that's where the episode ends right there and then, with you could say April actually helping out with Gabriel's, you could say, mosquito problem, because it's like it's the summer all of a sudden with the weather changing. Like, the episode's weather really went from 0 to 100 real quick from the beginning to the end. But like I said, that's it for today's 7, folks. Let me know down in the comments below as to what were you guys' favorite moment. And I honestly thought the coffee shop itself was the pivotal scene of this whole entire episode, because we finally get to see Gabriel actually working for once, but in a manner where she's just being nonchalant. It's hilarious how they actually went along with that. But like I said, let me know down in the comments as to what you guys' thoughts on the anime episode. Who's your favorite actual character? Is it April? Is it Gabriel? Is it Raphael? Or is it the lovable Satanica? And I personally love Satanica throughout each and every single episode. It's just so hilarious how she goes about throughout her day itself. It's just comedy right there at its best. But like I said, let me know down in the comments, guys. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoy my content, don't forget to give a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more anime discussions. And check out my other playlists, as I also discuss other animes throughout the rest of the year. And as always, guys, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. But this is Mr. Zen, signing out. Mm-hmm.